I'm sorry, my precursor here is going to be that there's a yellow tinge hanging out in the background because it's after 5 p.m. and I'm in a city that darkens pretty early, even though it's kind of turning into spring. So I don't really get what its intention is here. Hello, YouTube. Again, I'm starting a new channel. I was on YouTube like a year ago, but it was like not a super successful channel, and it was just kind of me trying so desperately to fit into this positive all the time, woohoo, like it's gonna be great, like welcome to my channel, I've got everything together, here's how I have everything together, when that was not in fact the truth at all. I did not have anything together and I was not prepared for what was gonna happen to me, which is honestly one of the things I am the most grateful for that has ever happened in my life so far. I am still young. So I did have a channel in September, but it was a completely different approach to YouTube and a different thing than what I intend to do with this channel. And also I was biting off so much more than I could chew at that moment. I had just moved to a new city, I had finished high school, and I had started my first year in college not knowing what the hell was gonna come at me, and I thought I could sustain a YouTube channel, and I tried my best, but it just didn't end up working, and I was sad, but then I just kind of moved on. Whatever, I didn't really have a huge connection with the material.
Why this? What's happening now? We don't know. Do we ever know what's happening? I don't know.
Hey, please focus. I am just wrapping up my second semester of my first year of college, and I'm going to be moving back home soon. But what I wanted to share on this channel was that my first year of college was nothing like I had ever expected it to be. It was messy, it was raw, there were pains, there were downfalls, there were heartbreaks, there were just completely like, I really want to insert a clip here of like what I looked like at the beginning of the year, like maybe in this area here, and how my videos and my channel were completely different. And I was like, hi guys, the world is great, everything's gonna be awesome all the time. I do like to look at things positively still, but I just think that there are things to consider, and it's okay maybe if it's not so positive sometimes. Due to certain circumstances, it kind of came crumbling down, and I was left basically like wide-eyed and looking at the mess that had kind of been created within me, wanting something that I don't think was meant for me to have, at least at this moment. I'm not saying that I can never have that, I'm just saying that I think that everything that had come to me not the right moment, and there's no other way to get around that. Why I wanted to share that, I didn't want to share it as too much of a personal thing, but why I did want to share it is because I was absolutely shattered from these events that happened over the past couple of weeks. I had been getting in fights with somebody who was significant in my life and had a significant impact on my life, and every time I would have left one of those fights, I would have thought to myself that I guess that I wasn't worthy, and that I wasn't right in any sense, and I just felt bad for being me, and I felt bad for being extroverted, and I felt bad for trying to look at everything positively. This person in my life, and I'm not blaming it on this person whatsoever, I really love this person, but I just felt like I just had kind of felt like I was wrong in being myself, that I put my candle right by my homework and my paper as well. It's now my face is like right up in this lens so you can see all of my Basically, I had gotten everything that I manifested this entire year, everything that positive, happy-go-lucky, first starting YouTube channel, first landing in the city me had wanted, and I had gotten it. And I was so happy at first. And as a couple weeks progressed, when I had everything that I thought that I had originally wanted, I guess I kind of lost myself, and I felt bad for being me. And that's not something that somebody should have to feel, and that's not something I wish on anyone. I want people, and that sounds so clueless, I don't mean it that way. My biggest wish as a young adult who is going into an industry that they've wanted to be in since they were a very young person, just growing and exploring in the world, I have always been somebody who shares a lot, and I've always been somebody who doesn't see an issue in putting all my cards on the table and being vulnerable and being open with people. Frick, this is my first YouTube video and I'm already, but my point is I had never seen an issue with that until I met people who told me that that wasn't right, and I met people who told me that I should just be quiet and I should just keep those things to myself, and even if they're gonna help other people, it's not worth hurting yourself by revealing it. And by the end of these 2 weeks recently that I had been in inner turmoil with, I was absolutely shattered. I had lost a relationship, I had lost a bunch of friendships, and I just felt really lost in general. So I literally couldn't get out of bed into one class I was going to. I picked myself up out of bed. I had loving friends who helped me get out of bed. And I walked to class and I looked my teachers in the eye and I was like, I'm so sorry. My mental health right now is not where it should be, and it's not good, and I will still do the work if you need me to. I just want to let you know that I'm not in a good place. And they were like, okay, awesome, cool, thank you so much for sharing. And that's what I'm really happy about with our education system, is that it is, of course it has a long way to go, but it is at least moving in that direction. If you can't find a book on something that you need to hear, or if you can't find that piece of information on something that you really need to hear about, write it and make it yourself. And fuck, I would love to write a fucking book. Like, that would be just awesome about where I am in life right now, because I feel like there's not enough coverage on that. Does that make sense? Like, there's not enough people right now out there who are willing to be open and raw about what it feels like to be a young person. In particular, since I am a woman, a young woman, but this relates to any kind of young person, a young person trying to find themselves. So I want to make this channel, and I don't want to define it in anything. Of course I'm probably gonna fucking show you how to style greasy hair, you know, like I can be like that, like here are my acrylic nails, you know, I don't know, I can be like that sometimes, but I want this channel to also highlight the versatility of people, and you know, like I do want to go deep. I want to be able to talk about things that sometimes people don't really fucking talk about, and I would love to hear people talk about them, because it's not ever being spoken of. And if anyone is from my old channel, I don't really fucking think so, because I had like 35 subscribers, but if anyone knows me or my channel, they probably already know that my old channel was very, very like, here's how you pick yourself up and you keep going, and you know, like it was very, like it was still personal, but it was just me living in this bubble of childhood innocence, and I think that that bubble is slowly breaking as I am in the real world, and it's so sad to hear about, but this happens to everyone around this time of age. And you know, this is the age where people start developing their adulthood mental disorders, and they start developing their deep-seated issues. So as a person of this age, if I can address everything that it feels like in the whirlwind of being at this age without trying to give you a way out, because guess fucking what, there is none. This channel is just gonna be an open-ended place where I want to share things that I've learned from myself, from people, from going to school at such an amazing place, and just from living life. And hopefully sometimes people can connect, maybe you won't sometimes, maybe you will. It's honestly just up to the way that you perceive things. I don't know what I would label this channel, because it's so varied that I guess it'll be hard to find an exact voice for it. All I can say is welcome, and if you are going through some kind of time, or if you want to see somebody else's journey of them going through that time, then please make sure to subscribe, or just watch them, or don't. You know what? It's your fucking life, so you can choose what you want to do.